Hello, my name is Adora, and I'm just presenting myself real quick. So I'm Adora Pierre-Mondesir. I have actually a page on TikTok called Locked in Faith, and this is why you see this on this YouTube right here. And I have posted this green screen where you, and I will tag you, as replied on it about marriage. And as someone who has been married for 8 years, trust me, I am not going to give you my personal human opinion on this because of the fact that we as humans, we are very flawed. Our heart is evil. I'm not going to lie to you. Our heart and the nature of sin that we are born in is not pure. So I am going to base it on my values and my belief that is a Christian value. Now, I would like for you to listen all the way until the end and make your judgment and make your decisions. But before we start, I'm just going to ask the Holy Spirit to take over and guide us and illuminate you on this subject, because that really broke my heart, seeing the pain. Feeling, because I feel whenever I read something, I will feel the emotions of the person kind of feeling the emotions and painful truth that is flowing through your reply. And I thank you for that. And I don't take it lightly, so I took my time to kind of like put something together, gather my thoughts so I can share with you. And I'm Haitian of background descent, but we're not going to base this on culture, human nature, color, anything like that. It's more important to base it on the truth and base it on who actually created the concept that we are going to talk about, which is marriage in this case, and actually make it what it's supposed to be, make it look like what it's supposed to be looking like. Okay, let me make sure that this thing is going. Okay, awesome. So we are going to start with the design that God had for us when he created marriage, because what is marriage, right? If we don't know, we perish. Like, lack of knowledge, we're going to make decisions out of nowhere. We don't know. You don't know where marriage comes from. You don't know anything like that. So it's very important to actually go back to the basics and define what marriage is first and foremost. Marriage is, to not get any confusion on the concept, when we look back in the Bible, marriage is not invented by men. So marriage is created by God himself based on biblical values. God created marriage, and us based on our flesh and our desires. Sometimes we just want to tackle in and make it look like the way we want it to look like. So we come up and create something similar that makes us feel more comfortable, maybe looking easier for us because we're not divine, really. We thrive to be every single day, but we're not. Our heart is evil. And if we actually think about how we even perceive love, is so torturous. It's torture. We actually invent union, same-sex marriage, other union, like union by attraction. Like, I see somebody and I'm attracted, we can live together. We invent some type of stuff like that. And as we can see, the results are murder. Oh, can I say this here? The results are very tragic most of the time, right? But let's go back into the definition. So I would like to say that the design of God, I'm going to choose to use three documents here. So my Bible, study Bible, my Bible, and my notes. So based on what God has said, it is not good for men to be alone, because I gave a companion to each of the animals, obviously, but I will make you a helper similar or look-alike to you. Genesis 2 verse 18. And we have to be helpers between the covenant of marriage. So what is a covenant of marriage? I don't think I defined it. A marriage is a covenant between a woman and a man. So let's go back in Genesis 2 verse 24, how marriage plays out. Marriage looks like this. So this is why a man leaves his father and mother, so he leaves his own base family to actually go and pursue this helper. And how does he pursue this helper is going to determine to the outcome of the marriage. So he goes and pursue by himself. Oh, she's hot. Oh my God, I'm so blown away by her intelligence. She blows my mind. Or, oh my gosh, like the family that she comes from is just of great standards. That's a high value woman, which are very much to be taken of account when we actually looking for a spouse, a partner. But the man will leave his mother and father's goals and actually look for a wife, united himself to a wife, a woman similar alike to him. So then they become one flesh. They don't just become one flesh just by out of nowhere. They become one flesh based on sexual intimacy, which is as well created by God. So he's going to have to be evolving around God's values and how he created the things to be and come out to give you results, right? So if you actually come and choose to do marriage, you're not going to do marriage. So if you're doing it your way, you're doing union that man has created. Union that man has created, there's a list. We can go on and on. And then there's marriage that God has actually himself put as a covenant for men and women not to be alone, so we can actually be complement of each other and help each other. And even in Ecclesiastic 4, verse 9 and 12, he's saying that two means better than one. And for salary, work, wages, and everything like that, we can see that or how this plays out as a family unit, how we can better grow together in faith. So we call marriage and define it based on God's words. We cannot define marriage based on our desires and values. Based on my values and what one's in my family, trust me, there's so many things, starting with my grandfather going down, that could just be things that I choose to go along with. That was very fun because he actually says, well, everywhere I go, I mean, I was married, but everywhere else I go, I give a child to a woman. And what better gift that can I give out there, outside of my marriage, right? So based on his insecurities, he was living life just like that. And so is so many other men and women out there, right? But when we define marriage based on God's words, we know how to go about marriage. We know how to go about our covenant that God has put that is sacred between a man and a woman. So then God established it between a man and a woman, but it's really the union that is the covenant that between God and the man and the woman. So this union is actually based on our commitment to God, our trust to him, our belief to him, and how we perceive this connection. So this connection is not based on only me and my husband of 8 years, but it is based on our relationship that we have with God. So we choose to please him within our marriage because this marriage is a ministry to us to please him, to go about our lives in a way that we can be a blessing to our community, to cultivate greatness and the word of God within our children, despite of who we are, because we trust him and the way that he actually is cultivating this covenant that he placed for us on earth to enjoy sexual intimacy, to enjoy growth financially, to enjoy living a life that is pleasing to God based on this covenant. Yes, now 50% of marriage do not last. And based on the fact that we can see every single day, we can understand that marriage